You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Are you excited to be part of this monumentous occasion, this first ever video installment of the Exploring Anime with Friends podcast?
I mean, excitement's one word for it.
Oh, bad. All right. Are you at least excited to be part of the whole movie edition of Exploring Anime with Friends for today?
Yes, of course I am.
Excellent. Today we will be exploring the world of the Quintessential Quintuplets movie, a romance drama released in May of 2022, set in a high school. First, we will meet the quintessential quintuplets themselves, the five sisters that were born on the same day, and explore some of their many different personalities. After that, we will explore a little more of their history and see what really has made them into the girls that they are today, or I should say the young ladies that they are today. Then we will meet our male lead in this story. And after that, we will go into the events of the festival that help to define the futures of all six of them, right?
Yep.
And if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow. All right, the quintessential quintuplets themselves. Let's introduce you to each and every single one of them. If I remember correctly, the oldest of the group is Ichika. Talk to us a little about Ichika.
Okay, so Ichika, they're all very nice people. I just want to point that out first things first.
One of them's a little rough around the edges. We'll get to her in a moment.
That's very fair.
She's quintuplet number 2.
Ichika has decided with her life and with what she's doing, she wanted to become an actress. So she's actually already been in like a commercial. She's actually got things going on, which is pretty cool. And like most of the other sisters, she's very nice. She's sweet. She's hardworking.
But very, very direct. She doesn't mix words or waste time. Like, I think she comes across as the most organized out of all of them, right?
That's fair.
So she definitely is someone who has her life pulled together, knows her goals, and is driving towards that. And that's acting, right?
Yeah.
So as far as she's been in a commercial, has she done a movie yet? I actually forget if they said that.
I know they were recording something, but I don't remember what it was. It wasn't just a commercial. The commercial's already been out. It's already been on TV. She was definitely in a recording doing something, though.
Yeah, and by the time we're at the end of the movie, because it starts off in high school, and it flashes back to their younger years, but then it also goes forward into the future near the end, in a part that we're not going to cover because, well, I mean, we'll reveal to you what the conflict of this whole movie is later on. It's, man, this is, as far as movie conflicts go, this is just kind of hilarious.
This is definitely fiction, and I'll explain that comment later.
Completely far out there. As far as everything goes, she's got her life on track, and you don't see her as often as the other 4 quintuplets in this movie, correct?
Yeah, no, well, because she's doing the actress thing.
Yeah, she's not actually in the high school with them anymore. She just visits them occasionally. All right, after that, we go to the second born amongst the crew, and that is Nino. Talk to us a little bit about Nino.
Nino's a little more brash.
A little more? Yeah.
Okay, a lot more. Except that Ichika, she spoke her mind, but Nino does that in a slightly more negative manner. She gets feisty when she feels like it's deserved.
Yeah.
But she also has a nice tone to her when she's not being brash.
Yeah, I mean, she's not afraid to throw down on her sisters. They're in their senior year, and it's in the second half of it, and they're preparing for the wonderful school festival during the course of this. And at one point in time, there was an argument over which food their class is going to do a stand for.
Very important subject.
And her sister, spoke out. It's kind of like, I want pancakes. And she was really aggressively fighting for the other side, to the point where she even put her sister down a little. But at the end of the day, she loves her sisters. She doesn't necessarily always get along with everyone. As far as talents, let's talk about some of her special talents.
So she's a little bit of a singer. She helps with the performance at the very beginning to usher in the festival, and she's singing on stage.
Yes, she is. She draws in the crowds too, it kind of feels like, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I'm starting to realize something. She's just a very passionate individual as a whole.
That's actually, I really like your description there.
Yeah, because when you see her in the setting where she's bringing the people in and she's just trying to get everyone riled up and everything, it's one of those things where they admit that it was kind of weird that she volunteered to be a part of it, but really she wants to make the most. They all want to make the most of this final school festival because after this is when they're going to be going their separate ways
Yeah.
into different parts of life.
Different school, different college, different, whatevers.
As far as her academics go, she has done well enough to where she can actually get into a school of her choice, and she plans on attending university. She is definitely excited for the next part of her life, but it doesn't go as much into her future as it goes into the future of her other sisters, correct?
Yeah, I did kind of get that feel.
After that, we'll go on to, I believe she is the third oldest. She is the third oldest.
Doing better than me because I did not remember.
That is Miku. Well, they don't really reveal what age they are until the very end of it.
Okay.
And we're not going to talk about the very end to give those spoilers, but one of the things that I think this is a good time to bring it up, they go back and forth between the past and the present so well. They use flashback very well in this one as a whole. I really kind of appreciated what they were doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, talk to us about Miku.
Miku is the quiet one. She's the one that's very soft-spoken. So when she was the one that wanted the pancakes, the fact that she even volunteered that information was probably a pretty big step for her. She's the shy one.
You want to tell us the story of why she wanted the pancakes so much, too?
It's really cute. It's something that their mom used to do for them. And it's not like these little teeny, pancakes. They're like the big, fluffy pancakes, too.
Oh, yeah, big fluffy pancakes.
Big. I've never seen a pancake that size. I kind of want to try to figure out how to make that, but...
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. I guess you would have to use some sort of, yeast or something to make it rise.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm not
sure.
I am
not a chef.
It is... They're very fluffy looking.
They are. They're
taller than they were.
Seriously,
so wide.
That big. Since we have visuals now,
it could literally just be that it can't happen in real life. No, I'm sure.
I've seen pictures of pancakes like that. I don't think it's just not the typical American pancakes.
All I know is the food visuals weren't all that great in this one as a whole, but when I saw the pancakes, I wanted to eat the pancakes.
Pancakes look good for sure. But yeah, that was something their mom used to do for them, and just make pancakes and have a pancake day kind of thing.
She's also very thoughtful.
Yes.
She's always wearing her headphones around her neck. One of the things to point out that we haven't been mentioning up to this point in time, each one of the girls, yes, they are quintuplets and everything, but they all defined their look as they went along.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who kept her original hair color was the oldest one, the actress. And she just made it much shorter, and she doesn't have a definitive look beyond that. But Miku, she wears the blue headphones around her neck at all times, and she made her hair shades darker. And as far as Nino, she made her hair a lot pinker, and she has these little black and blue type tassels that I don't know, picture Anya sort of, but just little.
But not up, part of the hairstyle coming down.
Yeah, they just drape off the side of the head. So
I assumed they were bows, to be honest, just with really big bow. Puff.
Oh, they might be bows. I'm looking at the picture right now, and I'm really not even sure how to describe it when I look at the pictures. But yeah, so the fourth sister is Yotsuba, and her defining look, she was the first of the quintuplets to have a defining look.
Mm-hmm.
And she had this ribbon that she tied into her hair that gave her kind of bunny ears off the top of her head, right? She also strayed from her original hair color the most, and she made her hair color orange.
Yes, it's much more orange.
Talk to us a little about Yotsuba.
Yotsuba's one of the ones where, at first I really wasn't sure, how she played in. She's trying to do a lot. She's the one that's, pretty much in charge of this festival. And there's a lot going on. And when someone has to back out or they're sick or they just can't, she's got to step it up.
It was really hard to pinpoint her personality at first.
Yeah.
Because she just came across as more of a workaholic.
Because she was the one in charge. She had to be.
Well, I mean, she had to be, but she also is someone who, let's face it, if anyone is showing a very visible flaw out of all the sisters, it really is kind of her, because she does not delegate well, and she doesn't have the greatest of boundaries when it comes to saying no when someone needs help.
I don't know. It's one of those the show must go on kind of thing.
Yes,
but not delegating it well. If she could delegate it well, then she'd be fine.
Yeah, and one of the things you find out for a little while during the show, she was a little out of commission, and people stepped up not only because they believed in the festival, but because they believed in her so much.
Oh, absolutely.
She
was
really
great.
wins people over. And I think that her influence, you see it more as the movie goes along, really just kind of encourages everyone around her.
Yeah.
So she was probably my least favorite of the quintuplets at the start, and she grew on me as the story grew on.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the youngest of all the quintuplets, who has her hair the longest, and she wears little stars on her, basically the hair that covers her temples and everything. And her name is Itsuki. Talk to us a little about Itsuki.
I kind of liked Itsuki a lot more than the others, to be honest. And I don't mean that as a harsh criticism. I don't remember what it was. She seemed very well put together as far as like her thought process and like what she was doing.
Well, she really wants to be a teacher.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
She really wants to be like her mother, too. But she's facing a little bit of an obstacle. Tell us the obstacle that she faces.
So, unfortunately for her, even though she's trying hard and working hard, her grades just aren't up to snuff. She's not doing well in that aspect, but it's not like she's slacking off. She is trying.
Oh, no, she's trying really hard throughout the course of the movie. You see her taking the extra tutoring work. And one of the things that is really kind of important, it's all 5 of them trained with a tutor at one point in time, because there's a point in time in their history when, well, let's just put it very bluntly. Yotsuba is very much doing everything. She's not saying no to joining any club or activity when she's younger. She's really trying to set herself apart from her sisters so that she is the best of the quintuplets. She's the one who's struggling with the conflict of being one of a group of 5 the most, and it's something that they all kind of have to deal with. So she's trying to set herself apart. But one of the things I find very beautiful about it whole is how they realize how precious it is to have close siblings like that throughout the course of it.
Yeah.
But Yotsuba's trying to redefine everything, and as a result of it, she ends up failing one of her grades.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to get transferred to another school, and it's really beautiful seeing her other sisters step up and step in, and they claim they cheated in order to pass. And the truth of the matter is, there's no proof one way or another that they cheated or not, other than their confession, and I'm pretty confident that their confession was a lie so that they could stay with their sister.
I completely agree with you there.
They end up transferring together. They ended up getting a tutor together that their father gives to them. But even before that, tell us why it's just them and their father at this point in time.
You find out pretty early on that their mother was sick. And you do get to see a couple special moments between the girls and the mom. Unfortunately, as sometimes happens, sickness wins, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Their stepdad is a very, very, very busy businessman and
works at a hospital, right?
Yes.
Is like the director,
he's like a director
of a hospital,
I think
right?
so, yeah. Much as it was great to see those interactions, it would have been cooler if I could see him more, you know? It sucks when a family member is no longer around and stuff like that.
Yeah, and she was the one spending all the time with the girls. She was the one who was building the relationship with them. It's not like he was neglecting. It's just that he had so much work all the time.
He had a lot, yeah.
You kind of see where Yotsuba gets her workaholicness from. He always made sure they had everything they needed and everything that would make their lives easier and better. And he tried having, like, you see him during the course of the movie trying to make more time for his daughters. It's not unfortunately
well.
He's prioritized work over family, and the way that he came into their life, like, honestly, he chose to marry a lady who had quintuplet babies or toddlers or something, because the original father walks out when he finds out that they're going to have 5 children instead of 1. Talk to us a little bit about this sleazebag.
I mean, you said it. I don't know I could add to that. So, I don't know. When that was revealed, because at the beginning it doesn't tell you that the one guy is their stepdad, but when that was revealed, I was like, what? Excuse me? There's a bio dad and he just fled when they discovered suddenly that he was going to have 5 children? I mean, you're weak, bro. 5 kids is a lot, don't get me wrong. And that would have broken a lot of people, but you're weak.
Yeah, no, I don't know what others say. Like, I can't think of a worse reason to
leave, to abandon the woman that you loved. I assume they loved each other.
Like,
jeez.
Apparently not 5 children's worth, though.
Apparently not.
I don't know.
Apparently not 5 children at one time. It's worth.
Yeah. But either way, we got to start getting to the real conflict, because all we've done at this point in time is we've introduced our quintuplets and a little bit about them.
It's very important.
So if you like what you're hearing so far, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And also check this movie out for yourself. We watched it on Crunchyroll. And yes, it's a movie that is part of a series. I think that this is the wrap-up of the actual anime series, because I think the anime itself shows you going through their high school years with each other. And this is the one that takes them into the future. And what is this future that it takes them into? Well, we mentioned before that they have a tutor. And the tutor's name is Futaro. And he has been training all of them, and he has been building a relationship with all of them.
Yeah.
So our major plot point of the story is going to be talked about by us after we tell you a little bit about Futaro's personality. All right, Sarah, tell us a little about Futaro.
He's a nice guy. He's a tutor, so he's responsible, and he gets the good grades. He's a likable person.
But at the same time, he doesn't really know how to express emotion or have a good time.
I mean, like, he's going through a lot of emotions during this movie.
Oh,
and
man.
it's the more awkward emotions, too. So,
well, I mean, he's in a very awkward situation.
He is in an awkward situation.
Because over the course of the time, all 5 of the sisters ended up having a huge crush on him, to the point where it's not going away. They're not pulling each other's hair out trying to compete for him.
And that's where this movie is very, very fiction.
Yes, because they would not.
Their sisters all living
would have
together.
Been lost.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, he has grown fond of each one of them too.
Of course.
Because this is where the conflict lies at the beginning of the festival, which is the end of the year for them. It's the final hurrah and whatnot. They've all made it very clear that they loved him.
Yes.
Like they've just flat out told him.
Yes.
And we are waiting for you to answer us.
He gets to pick.
Yeah.
Like that's part number 2. That it's not real.
This is like pure fiction.
Very not real.
And maybe off-putting in a way. It's
at first I was kind of concerned about that. I'll admit it.
I thought that there would be more comedy to this too.
You know what? I thought there was going to be a lot more hijinks for sure.
But it's not a rom-com. It's more of a mystery.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a mystery per se.
I mean, at least a drama. Okay?
Drama, yes.
But really, when it comes down to it, he has told them that he will let them know by the end of the festival which one he's going to go out with. So it's like, it's episode of like Bachelor in Paradise or something like that. I've never watched an episode of The Bachelor or Bachelorette or anything, so I couldn't even possibly know. I guess it might not be like that, but at the same point in time, he's going to go through the festival, and he is processing these emotions that he has.
Oh yeah, big emotions. Big boy emotions for sure.
And he's just trying to really figure it out. And one of the scenes that I think really pushes him to decide, because he is genuinely making a decision.
Yes.
He's talking with 2 of his friends, and one of them mentioned how they thought that one of them was really cute. The other one basically said, well, how can you even tell them apart? And he's like, I can't tell them apart. I just can tell the one apart from the other 5. And I was like, huh. It's like, because when you care about someone, you know everything about them.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably the only scene that really got deep in the whole movie.
That's fair.
Except for maybe the scene when the biological father tries to come back in.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Then they asked him, which one of them did you notice first? And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, yeah, that's it. The biggest problem is he actually can tell all 5 of them apart.
Yeah.
There is a final test scene for him at the end before a wedding happens that's alluded to right at the beginning. And he actually picks out each 5 of them perfectly when they're looking identical, standing there in their 5 dresses. And it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
this is... Talk to us about your initial thoughts when you saw that scene.
I mean, it flashes at the very beginning where it's obviously his wedding and her wedding. The person leading the wedding tells him that the girls show up, and he's kind of going over to the bride, who's right now behind like a screen, and just kind of complaining, is like, oh, I wonder what antics they're gonna show. And suddenly, like, the curtain's pulled, and it's all 5 girls wearing the same exact wedding dress, same exact veil, same exact hairstyle. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what are we getting ourselves into?
Yeah,
like,
right.
We knew this was going to be different than anything we'd done up to this point in time.
Yeah.
Except for maybe, like, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
It's got a little Alia vibes.
It's got some,
it's the school stuff.
It's
the school stuff.
Vibes to it, but at the same time, it's like, we didn't know what to expect. So you find out he truly cares not only about his future wife, but his future sister-in-laws too.
Yes.
Through the course of the festival, many different things are happening.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to abandon our love triangle. No, 6 sides. 6 sides is
hexagon?
What? Hexagon? Our love hexagon?
Yeah.
Man, I think I never used that
I
phrase
love
in a
hexagon.
sentence before.
Oh my gosh, that's my band's name.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Love Hexagon.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that
Better than some, not as good as others.
wow. Yeah. Just wow. All right, let's talk a little bit about the festival and the actual plot that you're following through the course of the movie.
Well, obviously, Yotsuba's running around everywhere, trying to make sure it's not falling apart.
Yeah.
So she's just cruising around, taking up jobs when she needs to, moving chairs when she needs to, making decisions. So she's just kind of everywhere. Eventually, Ichika does show up, which is kind of cool.
They all have a meetup at 3:00 on the first day.
That's fair.
And that's where he lets them know that he will have a decision for them by the end of the festival.
Yes.
The 6 of them have lunch together, and they're just kind of all okay with that solution.
Again, fiction.
Yeah. But Yotsuba, as you said, she's running around. Just rip the Band-Aid off for us.
I mean, she passes out.
Yeah.
She is running around doing everything. One of the food stands catches fire. But yeah, Yotsuba ends up in the hospital because she just takes on too much because she's trying to do every single thing the entire time the festival's going on.
Yeah.
And you get burnt out. Like,
Yeah. When you do not delegate responsibility, you will burn out.
Yep.
That's one of the small lessons that we learn along the way when watching this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, there's a lot of suspended belief through the course of this whole one.
Fiction.
But that's one of the things where it wasn't suspended belief.
Yeah.
What are some of the other things that have stuck out to you with the festival so far?
You do eventually see someone that, like, very suspicious.
Yeah.
It's Futaro's old friend. And for a minute there, I'm like, he doesn't necessarily have to pick one of the quintuplets, does he? So I was very suspicious. When she showed up, I was like, oh, it's over now. Now's where we're going to see hands thrown. I thought that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but it just, well,
They didn't throw hands, though.
One of
on
them
that.
kind of did. Nino rose to the challenge, and she's like, get this. Like, he might have known you first, and he might have known you longer, but he knows us better. Like, it's just flat out there.
Yeah,
like, right?
She
Like,
did. She did say that.
And when she saw the boldness, she just backs off and everything. And I'm kind of like, wow, okay, we're just suspending all belief here.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I thought someone was going to slapped. I really did.
the biological father shows up and he tries to tell the girls how proud he is of them. And that scene is like the only scene where, honestly, even that probably could have had more venom. But if you want to talk to us a little bit about that scene.
Well, yeah, it's the whole, like, you've seen it in shows before where dad disappears for whatever reason or other. And then years later, he tries to, like, integrate himself back in the lives. And I don't know how forgiving I would be of such a thing. I had a great dad, a great mom. They were always there for me. And I don't know how forgiving I would be if that had happened to me. And I don't blame anyone for reacting either way, whether they want to try to rekindle that or not. But he shows up, like, out of the blue, trying to say that he wants to be a part of the family. I'm just like, that's terrible. I don't think it flies well.
No, it didn't. And it especially didn't fly well when their stepfather shows up during that scene too. And it's one of those things where Nino was really looking forward to their stepdad being there because they sent him an invitation and he actually takes the time out. He gets there the first day and he has to leave for something work related. But that third day when the conflict is there,
he's there
and is showing up, he is there for his daughters. And it's just, there's kind of a tender family moment to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Not as
it's
going
it's
to
subtle.
The truth of the matter is the events of the festival were all kind of disjointed from each other. The important thing about it was it showed it from all 5 perspectives of the girls.
Yes.
And it did it in the what if scenario sort of way. It showed each of them sharing a kiss with Futaro at the end, which that is the only part that is the what if scenario.
Yeah.
And the important part of this festival is the fact that the decision is being made.
Yes.
And you actually get to learn more about the girls along the way.
Uh-huh.
Something happens in the festival, it triggers a flashback, and that's where you really get the meat of how they found Futaro, of how they became the personalities that they were. So could it have been done a lot cleaner? Yes, it could have been, right?
Yeah, a little choppy.
But at the end, he makes his decision, and then you see the progression of their lives from that point to the wedding, and really how they all kind of mature and find themselves in life. what were some of your overall opinions?
I liked it. It was cute, very fiction, which I'm okay with, though. Who doesn't want like a nice, lighthearted, little bit of drama fiction?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's very fiction when Goku or Naruto.
Yes.
So,
I mean, this is much more real than a Kamehameha being lined up or Sage Mode being activated. But either way, I mean, it was good. And like, I honestly.
Very fiction for a slice of life, though.
Very fiction for a slice of life. That's a good point. I honestly liked the music in the background. It wasn't overbearing. It was very fitting. I liked that a lot. I had a girl, of course, because while you're watching this, you're going to pick who you want him to end up with. He didn't end up with the person that I necessarily wanted him to end up with, but
Same.
that's okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was good. I liked it.
It was fun.
Fun.
It was fun for about an hour and 20 minutes. Then it got long for like a half hour.
We paused it, and there was like a whole hour left. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm not... Like, at the point in time where it felt like it should have been coming to an end, there was an hour left.
That was surprising.
It wasn't a good movie.
It was cute.
I don't know how to put it any other way. I was trying to be nice and just dance around it. It was fun. It was cute. I'm sure Autumn, our daughter, is going to want to rewatch it. So
Autumn loves love. That's what we say.
I will say this. It was the type of anime movie that got me curious about the anime.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I feel like the anime was probably more funny.
Yeah.
And they had to tie everything up, and you can't necessarily keep it all like that.
So the movie does get me to want to watch the actual anime so that I can see if there's a little more element of rom-com, because you think the whole premise right off the bat that 5 quintuplet sisters all fall in love with the same guy who is their tutor and he has to decide. You feel like there should have been more hijinks than what there was.
Yeah, definitely.
But either way, I still appreciate it. It was different. It's like, we're exploring anime with friends, right?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, and not everything's going to be a winner, but like at the same time, it was still fun. All right, so once again, we met the quintessential quintuplets, learned about all their personalities and how they interact with each other, and frankly, how they grew up and some with their background. Then we met their tutor, Futaro, who all of them have fallen in love with, and he must make his choice during the course of the school festival so that he can live happily ever after with one of them. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of the quintessential quintuplets as we have, and consider watching this anime movie.
Bye.
Bye. So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcast. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts. And hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together. And now for a word from our sponsors. Bin Buster. Live from YouTube, it's Tuesday night, the call sign of the Bin Buster YouTube channel. Once you hear this, you know you're about to embark on a journey through pop culture, movies, comics, and more. Buckle up and enjoy the ride every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST. Poppin' Cinema with Joe Mama and friends. Showcasing the power of cinema, join Joe Mama as he introduces different friends each week to a movie they have not seen before, popping their cinematic cherry as they talk about the movie they just watched every Tuesday at midnight.